Well, hey guys, today is the day. After lots of talking and thought and preparation, I'm going to get started on the NW Sawyer World Headquarters up on the mezzanine in my shop. I've got some lumber up there. I'm going to do some layout for the framing. I've got some windows. I'll show you the plan. First order of business, install the freight elevator. All right, welcome to my new office. Between the steel posts is roughly 12 feet. It's a little bit less, but the walls will be 12 feet apart. It's gonna be about 14 feet deep. In this corner, I'm gonna have a built-in desk with a slab tabletop. I've got a huge Douglas fir slab that I'm gonna finish out live edge, be a real nice desktop. I'm gonna have a window in this corner and this corner so that I can open up and look down into the shop, both directions. I'll continue this edge wall all the way across, and eventually I'll have an actual stairway right here. My original plan was to have a bathroom underneath of it, but I'm not gonna do that, I don't think. I think I'm gonna have a small bathroom right here, just a toilet and a sink. The outer wall of the office should come about 2 feet past this so that I've got my 14 feet. I wanna have a TV on this wall, door right here for in and out. So let's work on some layout. Now it might be a little tough to see, but I've laid out some chalk lines against this wall and this wall, not for actual wall location, but as reference points. These two lines are perfectly square with each other, so I can measure off of both of them to set my walls, and then I can measure off of those for the other two walls and make sure that everything's perfectly square. The bottom of these trusses is almost 8 feet. That's gonna be my ceiling height. This will allow me to run the wall plumb and square regardless of whether or not these are square, and then my ceiling joists will be flush with the bottom, and that will give me a nail point for my sheetrock, and it should make things a little bit easier. Now, before I get too carried away with laying out framing, I've got a couple of salvage windows up in my old shop. I'm gonna go grab those and verify the dimensions so I know where to lay out the rough openings. Okay, slight change of plans. I was gonna put 2 windows in the corner. I knew I had 2 windows this size. I didn't realize that only this one opens, so I'm just gonna put the 1 window towards the garage doors. The back will be a solid wall, not a big deal. I was actually kind of contemplating that anyway, so this helped me with my decision. I believe it's 4 feet by 5 feet. Okay, well, now I can lay out that forward wall. (11 feet 4.5 inches is tight, but on both of these posts, I've got these plates welded on that would be a lot more trouble than they're worth to try and cut off. So I'm just going to accommodate for that 1/2 inch total width. Now I forgot my measurement. 11.4.5. 11.4.5. So we'll go 11.4. Battery. Now that corner post is pretty plumb this way. This one is leaning in slightly to the right. I'm gonna make the top plate 1 inch shorter. I'm gonna start my layout flush off of this side, and then this last stud will be kind of at an angle to compensate for that. And then I'll fill in the gap with some spray foam or something. The lid fell out. Now, it's going to make this wall really heavy and possibly impossible for me to pick up by myself, but I'm going to go ahead and put the window in before I raise it up and hopefully raise it up. Probably just set a couple screws so that I can level it up once it's up. Oh my gosh. All right guys, this thing is crazy heavy. I've got a couple of blocks down on the bottom so that it can't slide off into my truck. I've got a block on the top to keep it from over tipping. I got stupid chickens running around in my shop. I'm going to hopefully get this up and set it on the chair and then kind of use the rope and such to try and do this by myself. That worked well. Well, that was fun. This is the last of that 2x6 lumber that I had staged up here. I've got some more outside. It's been sitting out in the weather. I milled it a long time ago, so I know it's seasoned, but I'm going to do this wall next. I'm going to leave this far side open so that I have access to bring my lumber and whatnot in. So I'll do this wall. I'll do the extension and the wall across here, and that way I can kind of work my way out and not lose my access to my freight elevator. I'm gonna try not to make this one such a tight fit. I think I just might assemble this wall rather than build it on the ground and try and tip it up. I'll just assemble it in place. That way I can cut each stud to the exact length, and I wouldn't even necessarily need a top plate, so that'll save me a 2x6. So I think that's what I'll do. All right, well, after day one, we got the one wall up. I got this section of wall up, used up my lumber. I did go out and grab the 2x6s that I had earmarked for my shipping container build, which were difficult to get up here because now I've put our fifth wheel away and my access to my freight elevator is gone. So my plan for today is to get this end wall up. It'll be a shared wall with the bathroom, and then I'll have my entrance to the office right here. So let's get to it. I'm going to lay out my door opening here so I'm going to frame this wall all the way across, and that way my divider wall for the office can come off of it. So I'm going to put a 36-inch door here, and I'm going to have this post go ahead and be one edge of it, of the rough opening. There's no need to frame in because this is a 6x, so I need a sill board that is 7 foot 8 3/4. All right, another change of plans already. Holy smokes, it's pouring down rain. Instead of putting a door right at the top of the stairs, I want to have a little bit of a hallway here so that you're not walking out of a door right to stairs. So I'm going to wall this off right here. I'll have a wall coming off of here for the shop. This will be the bathroom area eventually. I think that'll make it nicer for coming out of here onto the steps. I also want to put a door to the outside over here. Whole different project. I'm not worried about it right now. So I'm going to lay out this. I'll cut another one, transfer the layout, frame it up, get it mounted. It's super stormy today. We may lose power. We lost power yesterday. Had a tree fall in the house. So I'm going to work as long as I can. Less yapping, more laying out. Okay. Oh yeah, way higher. Oops. All right, well, I'm gonna lay out the wall that's gonna tie in right there. Come across, I'll have a door and probably a pony wall coming in that I can have a light switch on. All right. Come on. Come on. I was hitting, there's a nail sticking out. I think I'm gonna have to come in. I'm gonna have to come in at an angle and hopefully work it in. Whew. Kinda need to take this light down too. Well guys, I cleaned up my work zone and was coming out to film my outro, and the power went out for several hours due to that windstorm we were having. It's been 1 week since I did all this. I am officially out of lumber, and I was hoping to mill some more this week to continue on this weekend, but I've been working and the weather hasn't been great. I don't know if you can hear right now, it's raining pretty good. Tomorrow's supposed to be better, so I'm hoping to get back on the mill and get some more lumber put together to finish this room off. Hopefully you enjoyed watching me try to kill myself on this. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. But I got a pretty easy work week this week, so hopefully I can get some more stuff made up, have part 2 of this video next weekend. Right now I'm gonna go down the shop. I've got a little piece of wood I've been wanting to turn for a while, so I'm gonna play on the lathe and hopefully get that posted up pretty soon. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on this one. Stick around. We'll see you soon.